Thanks so much, Susan. I started at Ollie as a participant, as many of you are, and moved through other possible roles. I've been a class volunteer. I have taught courses for the last 2 or 3 years, and I do lead the Vital Aging Interest Group, which happens on the first Thursday of every month at 3:30 p.m. And if you think you're interested, you could put that in the chat and I will get back to you. The course that I'm teaching is Tuesdays from 9:30 to 11, and it is called Writing Legacy Letters. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bit misleading. A legacy letter is a document or a series of documents that you create as a lasting testament to your life. You create it for those you love and for those who will probably outlive you. Notice I used the word create and not write. You needn't be a writer to participate in this class or think of yourself as a writer to create this document. In the class, we will begin with perhaps the simplest way to write or create this document. And that is a template or a fill in the blanks created by the Stanford Letter Project. It's created so that you can fill in the blanks about such things as key moments in your life, what you're grateful for, and what you might want to be forgiven for. We'll then look at various other ways you might approach this project, other formats for this love letter to your family and friends, and other things you might include, such as recipes, lists, or interviews. Finally, we'll look at the no writing legacy letter, ways to extract your thoughts and feelings that do not include writing. It may seem funny to you that a floor plan of the house you grew up in could elicit powerful memories of relationships with your family members. But this is true. This was true for at least one participant in the last class that I taught for legacy letters. You may or may not have a finished product at the end of 8 weeks. Most of your creation will happen between classes. We won't do much writing in class. So the writing that you do will be writing that you bring to class with you. But you should have enough raw material and enough of an idea about how you'll organize this material so that the finished product will be much easier to complete. The most important aspect of this class is that you create a letter or a scrapbook or a series of documents from your heart to the hearts of those you love. Something in which you will live on in them. Thank you. And I hope that's sufficiently fascinating to you so that you'd like to join the course.